Selamat malam para warga budaya. Selamat bertemu lagi dengan saya, Pak Edi di acara Mbah Tromulur edisi Oktober tanggal 1 ya, tahun 2024. Malam hari ini saya akan mempunyai tamu-tamu yang sangat spesial dari Singapura. Nanti saya perkenalkan siapa beliau. Tapi sebelumnya saya ingin mengucapkan selamat malam. Salam sehat kepada rekan-rekan para warga budaya. Semoga malam hari ini para warga budaya tetap sehat, walafiat, tetap bahagia. Oke. Nah, malam hari ini seperti tadi saya katakan, tamu saya ini sangat spesial. Ini datang dari Singapura, dari sebuah lembaga yang namanya Ngee Ann Polytechnic. Tapi mohon maaf, nanti banyak apa yang saya omongkan ini di dalam bahasa Inggris. Karena apa? Teman-teman saya ini nggak bisa bahasa Indonesia. Ada satu tapi nanti yang bahasanya bukan bahasa Indonesia tapi bahasa Melayu. Ya, tapi nanti kita kenalkan. Tapi nggak semuanya nanti bahasa Melayu, harus bahasa Inggris. Oleh karena itu, karena bahasa Inggris dialek Singapura itu cepat sekali kalau ngomong, jadi nanti saya minta, so could you please speak a little bit slower. Oke. Oke, nah sekarang saatnya saya akan memperkenalkan tamu-tamu saya. Yang di sebelah kiri saya ini, saya memanggilnya Pak Chern. Kemudian yang pakai batik itu, pakai jilbab ini Mbak Hani. Dan satunya ini yang pakai t-shirt hijau ini Mbak Kelo. Now I would like you to, each of you to introduce yourself. So starting from Pak Chern.
Selamat malam. My name is Chen Tat, and I'm from a lecturer from Ngee Ann Polytechnic in Singapore.
Okay, next please.
Hi everyone, I'm Chloe. I am a year 2 student in Ngee Ann Polytechnic and I'm currently pursuing a diploma under Automation and Mechatronic Systems.
Oke, silakan.
Halo, namaku Hani Aini. Saya pelajar dari Ngee Ann Polytechnic, Early Childhood Development and Education.
Oke, nah ini tadi perkenalannya masih sangat singkat. Brief introduction. I would like to add something in bahasa Indonesia. Jadi yang pertama ini Pak Chern. Pak Chern ini perjalanan karirnya ini termasuk 10 tahun di The Walt Disney Company. Mulai dari operasi on air operation. Sehingga lalu kemudian menjadi penulis dan produser selama 8 tahun. Pak Chern ini memproduseri promo untuk Disney Channel di berbagai kawasan Asia Pasifik seperti Taiwan, Australia, dan Asia Tenggara. Setelah meninggalkan Walt Disney, Pak Chern menjadi pekerja lepas dalam produksi berbagai perusahaan jaringan seperti Hallmark Channel. Nah, selain itu, Pak Chern adalah pelatih panahan senior di National Registry of Coaches dan pelatih level 2 di Field Archery Australia. Luar biasa ini, pelatih panahan ini. Aduh ya, bidang pelatihannya mencakup pelatihan keterampilan mental, pijat olahraga, program kebugaran, dan pengembangan program panahan. Nah, melalui olahraga panahan, Pak Chern ini suka sekali berinteraksi dengan orang-orang dari berbagai usia. Nah, kini Pak Chern ini mengambil jalur lain. Pak Chern ingin berbagi pengetahuan dan pengalamannya serta berharap dapat menginspirasi para mahasiswanya dalam karya-karya akademik. Itulah sebabnya sekarang beliau bergabung dalam Ngee Ann Polytechnic sebagai lecturer. Nah, itu Pak Chern. Nah, yang baju hijau ini tadi namanya Chloe Lim. Dia adalah mahasiswa Diploma in Automation and Mechatronic System di Ngee Ann Polytechnic. Kemudian Mbak Hani ini dia ada di Diploma in Early Childhood Development and Education juga dari Ngee Ann Polytechnic. Nah, sekarang ke begini, sebelum saya nanti omong-omong lebih jauh, saya akan bercerita sedikit. Tapi maaf tamu-tamu saya, I have to speak in bahasa Indonesia so that my listeners will know what is going on here. Ya, akan saya mulai dengan sebuah kalimat, a sentence in Javanese language. Kurang adoh oleh dolan. Kurang adoh oleh dolan, this is a Javanese, meaning you need to go farther to increase your knowledge. This is a literal meaning. Nah, di dalam bahasa Jawa, ini sebuah sindiran. This is a mockery, okay, in Javanese language. Nah, we can hear this kind of satire in everyday life. Nah, dalam bahasa Indonesia memang artinya mainmu kurang jauh. In English or more or less, you are lacking in knowledge. You need more knowledge. Nah, untuk menambah pengetahuan, orang harus pergi jauh. Tidak hanya di lingkungannya saja. So people have to go farther to get more knowledge. Ya, untuk menambah pengetahuan sekarang orang tidak harus pergi jauh. Zaman digital seperti sekarang ini memungkinkan orang menambah pengetahuan, bersosialisasi, mengetahui isu-isu yang sedang viral, dan lain-lain melalui media sosial. Although I was saying that now we don't have to go farther because of this digital era, okay? Tetapi, but, there is always a but in this life, okay? Ada istilah di dalam bahasa Inggris, learning journey. Nah, secara mudah istilah ini semacam study tour. Ada beberapa pengertian tentang learning journey ini. Namun learning journey dapat dimaknai kurang lebih sebagai tahapan pembelajaran untuk mengembangkan pengetahuan dan keahlian untuk menambah pengalaman, baik dalam proses studi maupun berkarir. Dalam bahasa Inggris kurang lebih begini. As a learning stage to develop knowledge and skills to increase his experience both in the study process and in a career. Nah, malam hari ini di program Bahtro Mulur sudah hadir tamu-tamu kita yang tadi sudah memperkenalkan diri dari negara tetangga kita Singapura. Mereka dari Ngien Polytechnic. Ya, gitu ya. Sebetulnya mereka itu ber-30 orang. So they are 30 people. They are visiting Yogyakarta as a guest of the Sekolah Vokasi Universitas Gadjah Mada. The question is their trip to Jogja has a strong, close meaning to the satire, kurang adoh oleh dolan. Nah, kita akan segera omong-omong dengan mereka. Nah, Pak Cheren.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I would like you to introduce Ngien Polytechnic in Singapore. A short history and the background of Ngien Polytechnic.
Okay, sure. Now, Ngien Polytechnic is one of the 5 polytechnics in Singapore. Okay, so it was actually started in 1963 as Ngien Technical College. So it's only about 20 years later, around 1982, the government came in, all right, to set it up into a polytechnic. Before that, it was set up by a community of Teochew businessmen. So they want to educate the Teochew community, and then they started this institution. That's why we started off as Ngien Technical College. So in about 1982, the Ministry of Education come in and they feel that okay, it's time to build it up to become the polytechnic, and hence we could become Ngien Polytechnic. And today, Ngien Polytechnic has about 8 academic schools, right, with business and accountancy, design and environment, engineering. We are proud to have be the only poly with the film and media studies. Okay, the only polytechnic with the sole school in film and media. We have health sciences, life sciences, humanities, and interdisciplinary studies, and info technology as well. And all these 8 schools offers 38 diploma courses to young people.
Okay. So, thank you, Pak Chen. Now, Mbak Chloe Lim, here you are registered as a student in the diploma in automation and mechatronic systems. Can you tell our listeners what is it about?
Oh, okay, so to elaborate more on my course, so basically what we do is robotics. So robotics is like where we incorporate mechanical, electrical, and computing. So these 3 different studies will come together and will make a product. So things like robotic arms, robotic machines, cars. So these are the things that we touch about.
Okay, thank you, Chloe. Mbak Hani, now how about you? You are in the diploma in early childhood development and education. Please.
So, early childhood development and education is a diploma for students to be preschool teachers. So, it can go from as young as infants all the way to kids up to 6 years old. So, not only do we learn about their development, we also learn about how to identify children who are differently abled. So we help them ease the transition from preschools all the way to primary schools. So we identify any problems that they might face and also identify kind of how to make them understand how their body is developing. Yeah.
Oke, terima kasih Mbak Hani. Very apa itu? Keren ya, bisa in bahasa Indonesia keren.
Yeah.
Cute. Oke, nah I want to go back to ke Pak Cheren. So in the Ngien Polytech, there is this program, TF Skill, the Temasek Foundation Specialist Community Action and Leadership Exchange. How do you explain this?
Okay. The Temasek Foundation TF Scale program, or what we call TF Scale, is a program where the five polys will offer to selected students, and they come together to learn about leadership, culture, and relationship. What we call culture building and understanding friends from Southeast Asia. Okay, so this program is run while the poly runs the program. We invite institutions from overseas in Southeast Asia to come along, okay, to come into this program. So this time, UGM was invited along with our Thailand partners to come to Singapore and take part in this program to learn about each other's culture, build relationship, and then also develop leadership skills as well, so that when we go for the outbound program, that means after we finish our 2 weeks in Singapore, we will go to each other's country and learn the same thing as well.
Okay. Now, what is interesting in this program is the word leadership exchange. What does this mean?
Leadership exchange incorporates things like learning about each other's culture. How do we communicate with one another? Work together through understanding. Right? It's not about shouting and no, you must do this and that. Motivate everybody to work together towards a common goal or objective that is set.
Okay. Now let me go back to Ngien Polytech. So, from where are the students?
Okay. And for this, for the Ngien Polytechnics program, we have students selected from all our 8 schools. So the 30 students that's here now in Jogja, they are selected from all the 8 schools I mentioned earlier to come forward for this program, so that they not only we get our students to mix together, but we also incorporate our international friends, and we build a bigger network.
Okay. So now, if a person is asking you how to join as a student in the Ngien Polytech, how do they should what they should do?
Okay. Now I do over here we do the selection process, but maybe the first step, I want to ask Chloe and Hani to say, how did you find out about the program?
Okay. Now please, Chloe.
Okay, so what happened was like everybody received an email from our Outlook. So if anyone is interested, then we will click on the link where we sign up for the interview. So we'll go through a round of the interview and we'll just wait for the results. And when we after getting the results, we will come together for our first meeting to get to know each other, and as well as like get to know the whole program. I'll pass the time now to Hani.
Okay.
As for me, I'm taking a minor in global readiness where I have to learn about the history of other Southeast Asians. So when I received the email in my Outlook, I was very excited because not only will this trip complete my prerequisites to get a minor in global readiness, I was very excited to have this opportunity to go on an exchange program.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
in conclusion, the students are actually notified, but we select from a wide network of so-called variety or scope, so that we give as many students opportunity as possible to sign up for this program. So some are doing a certain subject, such as honey. The rest comes in from perhaps performance in the so-called school activities, what we call CCA in Singapore, and then they will sign up and we'll select them through the interviews process.
Okay. Now, I'm interested to go back and Nghi An Polytech in general. So, how long have you been a student at Nghi An, Chloe?
I've been in Nghi An for 2 years.
For 2 years, and how about you?
Same, 2 years as well.
2 years. Okay. So, what kind of competencies that the students would acquire by the end of their study, Nghi An? For example, Chloe, you are a diploma in automation and mechatronic systems. So, what competence that you would acquire by the end of your study?
If you talk about soft skills, maybe most probably like leadership, being able to step up of my comfort zone and trying new things, also making use of the knowledge that I have learned in school so I can help others in society.
Okay, how about you, Mbak Hani?
Just like Chloe said, it's all about helping society. I want to be the person to bridge the transition for preschoolers to enter primary school. So I feel like early childhood educators, they play the most important part in education because we are there for the children from the start. Yeah, so I want to be the person to help these kids, and I want to be the one to help them ease their transition to primary school journey. Yeah.
Okay, terima kasih. Chloe, what is your dream? You must have a dream in this life, okay? So what is your dream?
Okay, so my dream is to fulfill all my dreams. So I'm still very young, so I'm not sure what my dreams. So I'll slowly get there. But the main thing is being able to contribute back to society, to not only benefit from it but also help others around me.
Okay, and how about you, Mbak Hani?
Okay, so dream is impian in Malay, right? So obviously everyone will have impian. So my impian is to menjadi guru yang membantu kanak-kanak yang menghadapi autism, and I want to be someone who helps these children understand like the problems that they're facing, and to ease my journey to help these children that are differently abled. I want to go to a university in Australia because I'm a person who loves exploring about other people's cultures, and I feel like Australia is the best place for me to learn because not only about the culture and the people, their early childhood industry is also thriving over there. So that is the first dream, to go to university in Australia. Then I can be the person to help these children back in Singapore to understand their problems.
Luar biasa. Luar biasa means so hebat in bahasa Indonesia. Okay, so Pak Chen, so now the trip to Yogyakarta.
Yeah.
It's a collaboration with Sekolah Vokasi Universitas Gadjah Mada, Yogyakarta. Why Sekolah Vokasi UGM?
I think UGM is one of the most prestigious university in Indonesia, and I think we are also very fortunate that they agree to come on board when we start sourcing in Singapore, when the program starts planning in 2015. When we start planning, and then we ask some universities, and we are very happy and very fortunate to have UGM joining us to partner us in this program. Yeah.
Okay, So how about other collaborator partners besides Sekolah Vokasi UGM?
Okay, we have some other universities like in Thailand. We have the Chiang Mai universities in Vietnam, Vietnam National Universities, etc. So this program, the TF Scale, is about working with our Southeast Asia partners, ASEAN. Right? We want to reach out to ASEAN. Singapore want to reach out to ASEAN. Let's work together and grow this region, because this is the next region of growth in the at least next 20, 30 years to come. And we want to work together so that we all progress together, not one person running very fast and then the rest lagging behind. So we start by collaborating with the universities, let our youth work with your youth or youth of other countries, get to know one another, because they are going to work in future. No? When they graduate, they're going to work in future. That's the network and connection done. So that's the TF Scale is the very first step to connect people together, understand and get to know one another, so that we can work for a longer future.
Okay, good. Now, still for Pak Chern. So what is the program and the target of the F Scale, in this travel?
In this travel, well, one thing for sure, we already started the Singapore program. Okay, that's where they started making friends, understand one another, and our UGM friends has understood some of the Singapore perspective. That's why they go to Singapore. So now it's the second half, like a soccer game. This is the second half. We play the away game, where we come and understand what the culture of Indonesia. Now, Indonesia has a lot of culture, ranging from Sumatra all the way to Papua New Guinea.
Okay.
So by coming here is a starting point. Coming here to Jogja, one of the with one of the most prestigious university to start off with, I think it's a good stepping stone to let our students build bonds, build friendships, and understand a little bit of Indonesian culture, so that they can grow from it. So we are sowing seeds so that they can bloom in years to come.
So, in other words, what are the benefits of traveling and experiencing new cultures?
That I go back to what you have mentioned earlier, that you travel to learn. I think you have used the Indonesian proverbs. I will use the Chinese proverbs. Okay, Chinese have a saying, you travel 1,000 miles beats reading 10,000 scrolls of books about the place. So I think the travel allows us to really make connection with the people, connections with our friends, and actually seeing the things on the ground. I can tell a lot from pictures, but pictures are just there, 2D, two-dimensional. You don't see much, you can't feel. So here, we add on the feelings. You get to see the lights, the colors of the place, experience the culture, talk to the person, really get the information firsthand, rather than I hear it from him, her, and the other person, so that we know that what is there is the most firsthand information that we can get, and it helps us in longer run. Of course, one, in making decisions, making choice, but more importantly, I think is on the ground with the people, with that relationship, we can build a better connection. Yeah.
Okay. Terima kasih Pak Chern.
Hi.
So now I would like to go to Chloe and Mbak Hani. So, Chloe, have you been abroad? Or this is the first time in Indonesia?
Yeah, this is my first time in Indonesia, but
In other countries?
Yes, I've been to other countries.
Okay.
So TFSK will be my second. It'll be my second overseas trip with a school. So the first overseas exchange program I had was in 2016 when I was 10 years old. I went with my primary school in Singapore. We went to Shanghai and the other states in China. Yeah.
Okay, how about you, Mbak Hani?
This is not my first time in Indonesia.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to Batam and Jakarta and Bandung as well.
Okay, Chloe, there is a question like this. What do the students have learned during this TF Scale program?
Oh, okay.
Both when you're in Singapore, and the first half and the second half here is in Yogyakarta. So what do you think you have learned?
I think besides the culture and the cultural differences, I feel that we have learned how to manage each other's emotions and in terms of like how we work as a team. Because there's definitely going to have a lot of disagreements. As from my experience so far, like there's obviously there are some squabbles here and there, but we actually do manage to like pull it through somehow and manage to get our task done by the end of the day. So I feel like this is very effective, especially when we're going out in the workforce next time. We wouldn't get a chance to do this, especially in schools, because there won't be a lot of projects, more of like tests. So this is a good platform for us to learn and grow together.
Any new culture that you have learned during these several days?
New culture, I would say the arts are is the most interesting part in Indonesia, in Jogja, as because in Singapore we are so well we have so many different cultures that we never really experience others. So for example, recently we learned how to play the gamelan. So I tried the gambang. So it's really very similar to the xylophone. Yeah, so it was easy to grasp the concept of it. But others, like my friends who like tried the gongs and like the other instruments, like they struggle with it, and it's quite funny to see them like enjoy themselves as well. Yeah.
Okay, so do you feel any culture shock?
Culture shock. I think the number of motorbikes. Yeah, the number of motorbikes and how like you guys managed to squeeze through and like not collide. Like I think it's really amazing that somehow there's like a automatic system in a way, so like you like there's a traffic system that everybody adheres to. Yeah, so I think that's one of the cultural shocks that I had in Jogja.
Do you know why they do not collide each other?
No, I don't know.
Because we trust each other.
No.
I trust you, and you trust me, and no problem. Okay, how about you, Bani?
So obviously, I learned a lot of lessons from this program, both in Singapore and in Jogja. So in Singapore, obviously, I have learned tentang sifat bertanggung jawab because there are 30 students from another country and we are entrusted to take care of them. So over the period of time, I had to be more like empathetic and more observant towards my surroundings because I had to make sure that all 5 of my buddies were with me at all times, and like we have to make sure that they reach the hotel at like a certain timing as well. So more about the safety and being more concerned towards like our visitors in our country. And I also managed to learn more about cara hidup in Indonesia because obviously there we all have different ways of life. So I feel like my Indonesian counterparts, they are very sweet people. Okay, they come from all over Indonesia, and you can clearly see like the cultural differences between them and us Singaporeans. And as far as my experience in Jogja so far, I feel like one of the things I realized is that culture is a very it's a concept that is still very much alive. So everywhere you go, you will see people wear batik, which is what inspired me to buy a lot of batik pieces here. Yeah, so I'm wearing a new piece that I got from Malioboro. So it's very beautiful. So batik is also something that is very used. So most of my Indonesian buddies, they wear batik almost every day in Singapore as well. So it shows that they appreciate their culture, and it's a concept that is very much alive. So also about nature. So Singapore is very man-made, whereas in Indonesia they have much more natural resources. So we went to Bumi Langit Permaculture Institute, where we actually learned how a family managed to create like an institute of natural resources without using heavy machinery that will damage the nature. So it's very interesting to learn, and one of the key takeaways from that learning journey was that he said that there is life outside of textbooks. There is you can learn things without using social media or textbooks. You just have to go out into the real world, face life, and learn lessons through like using your hands, like hands on. Yeah.
Okay, so you said that you've been to Batam and also to Jakarta.
Yes.
How is it different, Yogyakarta and these two places?
I feel like the people in Jogja, they're very sweet. They're very nice and kind people. I go to Batam usually, and I would say that in terms of living conditions in Batam and Jogja, they're kind of similar. Like the traffic is also crazy in both Batam and Jogja. Jakarta is more of a city, right? So obviously it's more fast paced over there. Whereas in Jogja and Batam, I feel like life is more slow paced for them, which I really envy. Yeah.
Oke, terima kasih Mbak Hani dan Mbak Klo. Pak Chance,
Yes.
do you hear anything from the other students we have about what do they have, how they have learned the culture, the new culture?
Okay. I spoke to some of the students from UGM. Okay, to find out
Okay.
what do they like about the TF Skill journey,
Right.
right? Especially to Singapore, because we plan the Singapore program, right? We also like to get some feedback. I think this journey for them, they have learned something new as well. For example, why Singapore is so much into sustainability. All right, we have to be sustainable because we are an island and there's that much resources we have. So we have to make sure that the resources are well maintained, and then whether we need to recycle or maintain to keep it going, because we are only bounded. We are just a small red dot, small island, and that's that much space we have. We don't have the luxury of space to do a lot of things, so they can see how we try to make plans to renew some of our trash, some of our try to do some planting in various buildings to keep the place cool, to maintain this UN SDG, we call it, the sustainability goals. We also have students who visited this place called Dialogue in the Dark. Now, it's a very special place in Nian itself. Yeah, we have this. It's actually a franchise that we took from Europe.
Okay.
Right. So what the students go in is that they get to experience 1 hour journey as a person who is blind,
Oh,
and so they will go through these various spaces. Like we will simulate a road, let them walk and say, hey, this is how a road is like. Let them feel. There's also a park. They feel like what the park is like, and they get to sit down in a cafe and try to feel around for cups and drinks. But they experience how being a blind person is, and they are led by a person who is visually impaired or blind.
oh,
Okay, so they get to talk to him, understand what's going on, because at the end of this journey, they felt that they learned this thing called empathy. We are all surrounded most of the time by people who are fit, able-bodied, but when we meet somebody who is different, how do we communicate and talk to this person, because they are different from us? I think that translates also to when we meet people from other countries, they are dressed differently. It doesn't have to be people who are handicapped, no? It can be a normal person. Whenever we meet another person, how do we empathize? How do we open our hearts to know others? So I think that's a very powerful journey that some of the UGM students experience, working just at least that 1 hour as a person who is to understand the person who is handicapped. Okay, but the learning is so much that they can translate it to various kind of groups of people, and to help us open our hearts, open our willingness to go and communicate with the person. So I think I do get a lot of feedback about this place where they kind of enjoy the experience. So these are some of the key learnings that the UGM students experience when they were in Singapore. Okay. And when we came to Jogja, I think some of them are new to different culture. I think Chloe and Hani has already said it all.
yeah.
So that's pretty much what they say: the bikes, the environment, the clothes, the wear, and cultural preservation as well. Yeah.
Ya, terima kasih. Chloe and Hani, do you hear anything from your friends about Yogyakarta?
Most probably about the food. I have like a friend, like he's super enthusiastic over the street foods, and like he'll just go crazy. So I think like
Why
that's
crazy?
I don't know.
Very
Like,
excited, very
yeah,
excited.
yeah, he's like very excited. Like he'll just like in a way get everybody like, come, let's try, let's try. Like yesterday we had like beef rendang, and then he tried some cow's brain. Then we had like lungs. Yeah, then yeah. So it was like in a way it's like a culture shock as well for all of us. But he was so enthusiastic about it. So like okay, I mean since we're not gonna come back anytime soon, so we just tried it.
Try everything.
Yeah, try everything with him. Yeah, so I think that anything else, honey?
And
Yeah.
mostly about the traffic as well, because whenever we are in the Grab car, all we talk about is like the motorbikes are so close to us, the cars are so close to us. So like it's more of a culture shock, and also the food. I feel like I've really bonded with both my Singaporean and Indonesian friends about food. Every single day we are trying something new, like mi gachuan. So my friend tried level 8 and he
Level 8?
survived it.
Survive? Okay.
Level 8.
Mm.
Yeah.
Cannot
So very
believe it.
interesting to find out about Mi Gachuan and its franchising as well. Yeah.
And one thing I think they learn about is the traffic just mentioned.
Yeah.
It's very different from Singapore.
I know.
Singapore we have MRTs.
Yeah.
The traffic and the roads are all very well planned.
Okay.
Then when they come here, the roads they have to figure out is narrower. The bikes so near to the car, and I have to travel here and there with Grab. So in Singapore we can walk and take bus.
Okay.
So the systems are different. I think that's a good exposure between both going to Singapore for our UGM students and for our students who come here and who have never experienced this kind of challenging traffic. Yeah.
Did you have any experience crossing the road?
Yes, honey, yes.
So what did you feel?
So 2 days ago, I went out to eat with my friends at a restaurant, and it was about like 5 minute walk away from our hotel. So we decided not to take Grab back to the hotel. We said, okay, let's walk because it's really like nearby. So we were crossing the main street because it's like a 4-way street.
I mean, did you cross the road in the zebra cross or what?
So it was a zebra crossing, but when we arrived at the traffic light, we realized there's no pedestrian crossing. Like there's no light to show whether we can cross or not. And at that point of time, the place that we were at, the cars and motorbike have stopped. So me and my friends we were discussing. We were like, okay, let's just cross. We try. We hold hands and we cross the road. So as soon as we step our foot down onto the road, like on the ground, all the cars and bikes started moving towards us. So we had to run back to where we were, and it was so scary. So we like decided to wait again until all the cars have stopped. We held each other's hands and we ran across the road. It was a memorable experience, but at the same time, it was kind of terrifying as well. Yeah.
Now you know your mom's listening to this.
I told her all about it.
Hello, mommy. Oh, we are here. We are safe here. Okay. Anything you want to add?
I think most probably I had a lot of fun jaywalking. Like it's like you can't do these kind of things in Singapore. So like I had a lot of fun here. So like I mean I tested it out, like not really test, but I don't test it on big roads. I test it on like the 2-way roads. So like I'll try it on my own, you know. Anyways, it's an experience I can like tell like my friends, my family that I managed to jaywalk, and like it's like something you can't do in Singapore because you'll like get like fined if you get caught. Yeah.
Okay. Now, in this world, nothing is perfect. Okay, nothing is perfect. Pak Chen, is there anything that would be improved in this TF scale program, do you think?
Okay. There are certain as we go we get feedback from our students. So I have been talking to some of the students about the programs. So they like some of the programs. They hope to have more of certain other programs. So we will work accordingly every year when this program is launched. When Temasek Foundation queue our respective polytechnics that okay, it's time to run the program again, we will look into it because every time partners change, our partners whom we work with, and hopefully, I mean, we will build relationship with our partners, and we definitely hope that UGM will be our partners again the next time TF Scale is being run again. So whether there's change or not, I will only say I'll keep it as a secret. Okay? All right. But hopefully there will be improvement in the programs that will make the learning more enriching.
Okay, thank you. If it's okay, so Chloe and Mbak Hani, do you think is there something that should be improved in this scale program? I mean,
You can.
Okay, so I feel personally that the Singapore itinerary was very well planned, where we will have lectures the day before a learning journey. So we will know the history and the story behind the place that we are going to, and then the next day we will be going to the place. So we don't go to the places in learning journeys not knowing anything. So they will have like slightly a little bit of background information. Whereas here in Jogja, I'm aware that it's a very big place, like it's a big country, so we are not able to see everything. So we have like my UGM friends, they have decided to make this show and tell concept. So instead of showing us like the places that like instead of going to the places itself, they make presentations to show us and tell us about the different places, like and also the different aspects of like tourism and also culture. So it's a show and tell concept where they let us know instead of us going down there itself, because to get to certain places here in Jogja is very far. So it's like a loss in experience but a gain in knowledge at the same time. Yeah.
okay, Chloe, do you
Uh,
have any ideas? I mean, if there's something to improve.
something improve. I think actually nothing much. I feel like everything has been like planned very well. But the only problem that most of us have is waking up. That is yes, because like the time that we're supposed to meet is like super early, especially in Singapore, because we have to like take our own public transport. So that's the only challenge that we have, which is being able to reach on time and like just being punctual in a way.
Responsibility.
Yes. Yeah.
Waking up.
It's always a challenge. you know,
It's
to
always
wake
a
up
challenge.
early.
Everywhere.
Everyone's problem.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
everyone's problem. Okay, now Pak Chance.
Yes.
Do you think there is a special program in this trip?
In special program.
Yeah, I mean, from your side,
Well,
which is different with in the past.
I think in the past, okay, from what my predecessor, my partner has talked to me, I think the program are quite similar.
Okay.
Okay, there might be a small adjustment in certain areas. For example, in Singapore, we managed to squeeze more things into Sentosa for them to explore.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my first time running taking a look at the Jogja program, but I think like Chloe said, this is very comprehensive.
Mm.
Okay, the students got a chance to see as much as possible, and those areas that is limited due to distance. Okay, they are covered by a lot of show and tell. I think they also have a good experience when they divide to groups and go and visit the SMEs, because to actually understand what's going on in the economy. And that's a very important thing to see how moving forward as this economy grows, the SME grows, how we in Singapore can be a partner. I think that's what the program eventually at the end hopes to do in, say, maybe 5 to 10 years' time, where we can support this SME as well to go regional, go further. Because Singapore is a hub, it's a business hub. Now, we have a lot of partners, we have a lot of friends. That's what we are, so-called our strength, we are good at. And I think Indonesia as a whole, you have a lot of arts, culture, and resources that we want to, you probably want to share with the world. And so that they will come to Indonesia. More will come to Indonesia. So we are helping one another. So perhaps in years to come, we can Singapore can help through this program, all the culture, all the information that we learn, we can help the SME grow and spread their word, and in turn bring tourists, people to Indonesia to help Indonesia grow as well. And at the same time, of course, do visit Singapore at the same time. Yeah.
Okay, Pak Chance, if, for example, there is an institution from Indonesia who's interested to join this TF scale program.
Mhm.
So how do they? What should be contacted?
Okay. This one usually Temasek Foundation will give us the queue, but always you can always go to UGM, talk to the we have currently our contact persons will be the UGM committee or Dr. Devi herself. Let us know. I think we have several. In fact, we are having a few TF scale program running in Indonesia right now. Okay, our another poly, Republic Poly, is actually here running with UGM as well. So actually, that we do have certain connections, and perhaps UGM can be a point person to share with us. Hey, there's another university that's interested. There's another or another institution. So as we organize, that message is carried to Singapore, and we can also tell our fellow polytechnics. Yeah. So because within the polytechnics, there are committees as well to run this program. So I think it's a lot of networking, communicating with one another. Yes.
Okay. So now, if some people, young people here, wants to join the Ngee Ann Polytech, so do you have anything, any website or whatever?
Okay. If they like to join, come and study in Ngee Ann Polytechnic,
Yeah.
do check our website at www.np.edu.sg. Okay, so that will lead them to our main website, and they can have some information about the course. There's and basic and there'll be contacts for them to write in, email in to say I like to study here. What can I do? So that is one. The website will be the most comprehensive space, and of course they can check out first. Is Ngee Ann the place for them? To go into Instagram, right? We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. Right? We are also on Facebook. They can always check us out there as well to have a better understanding how student life is like.
Okay. So time is running very fast. It's running very fast. This is very, very interesting talk. Okay. Now, Chloe and also Honey, I would like you to give some closing statements.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so can I go first?
Okay.
So I hope that every student, every youth will be able to have this get this opportunity like Honey and I to explore the world, to actually use our six senses to actually be more adventurous in terms of like taste, smell, sight, like touch, and everything else. So it actually not only broadened my horizons, but we forged a lot of memorable memories together as we had a lot of fun times. Yes, we have ups and downs, yeah, but at the end of the day, we managed to pull through, and it's a one in a lifetime experience that everyone should actually be able to experience once.
Okay. What do you want to say to your peers from UGM?
Here's from Eugene. Thank you so much for hosting me, and you guys are a bunch of really, really fun people, and you brought a lot of joy in this 1 month for me, and I'm really very grateful that that you guys came to my life to hang out with me and also get to know each other.
Okay. Now, Mbak Hani.
Okay, pertama sekali, matur nuwun to Pak Eddie for having us here. It's a very good opportunity for both me and Chloe and Mr. Yo as well. So as for my whole experience, I feel very overwhelmed, not in a bad way, but in a good way. I've learned so many things like life lessons, so many new qualities, not new qualities, but qualities that I have developed more on, like leadership and responsibility. So I feel very emotionally attached to this whole program already. To my rakan-rakan UGM, like my friends and also my NP friends. I will be seeing my NP friends around school, but knowing that at the end of this program, I'm not going to see my UGM friends anymore, it's very sad. But they have made this whole experience 10 times more memorable. I've learned so many things, and I will bring this forward with me to achieve my dreams in the future. And I just hope that this experience has been memorable for everyone in NP and UGM like it has been for me. Yeah, I love you, my UGM friends.
Okay, terima kasih Mbak Ani. Now, Pak Chern, so give some closing statements.
Okay, I think they have said most of the things. I want to say. Okay. I hope this program. Okay. When I started out this program, I was hoping. I was hoping that it will be a enriching program, and I think the feedback has tell me that okay, this program has touched their hearts. Now, touching their hearts, not only in building relationship, but I think they have learned something as well. So I hope they can carry this knowledge, all right, to wherever they go. And of course, you spend so much time together, building this relationship. Stick to it. I mean, now with technology, you can call each other. All right, we are not too far away. You can either you fly or you swim here. No, not swim. Take a boat. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
We can stay connected. Okay. It's not just 4 weeks. It's together. But I think it's a 4 weeks of just getting to know one another to build a long time relationship. And hopefully this relationship will take you through life. And stay in touch one way or another. Network connect. I think that's what the program hopes to. But and I think it has been a very good run, very good journey, even personally for myself. Okay, I don't know what I got into, or rather, I was very worried here, worried there about the program and how it works. But I think the result has shown that I think we have achieved some of the goals which we mentioned earlier for all these young people, and we hope that this will have more opportunities to go on. And hopefully there'll be more trips and more programs for all these students to enjoy, take on a new journey, to grow themselves and explore the world. Yeah. So to UGM teachers and lecturers and the committee, thank you for giving us this opportunity to partner together. To the students, you guys are great. All right. Okay, I'll miss you guys too. Okay. All right.
Okay, terima kasih Pak Chen. So I think I have to thank all of you for sharing your experience, your dreams, and everything in this radio PPM FM. We say that PPM stands for Balai Budaya Minomartani. This is a very small radio, but people in the world know this radio. So, I hope that all of what we have talked about will be beneficial for whoever listening or watching this program. Baik, para warga budaya, ini kita harus selesai. Kita harus selesai karena waktunya sudah hampir habis ini. Terima kasih kepada Pak Cherns, kepada Mbak Hani, dan juga kepada Mbak Chloe. Nanti mudah-mudahan ini bermanfaat ya semua. Oh, ini tampaknya Pak Chen mau mengatakan sesuatu lagi.
Just before I forget, I'd like to thank you for having us on the show and also the community. All right, because you gave my students a very good gamelan session. I think they enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. So yes, thank you everybody for hosting us here as well. Thank you to the community.
Ya, ini Pak Chen mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Balai Budaya Minomartani, Pak Mantap, Pak Sandi. Ini karena sudah menerima mereka dari IGN Politek untuk bisa bermain gamelan dan bersosialisasi dengan beberapa warga di sini. Oke, jadi mudah-mudahan apa yang kita bincangkan ini berguna, bermanfaat bagi siapapun yang mendengarkan program Bahtera Mulur pada malam hari ini. Bisa saya sampaikan bahwa program Bahtera Mulur untuk minggu depan ini meriah sekali. Ini nanti saya akan mengundang salah seorang teman saya dari Mahaswin Farm, Mas Asvin. Kita akan bicara tentang ostrich, burung unta. That will be next Tuesday. Nah, ini dan pada malam hari ini, sesudah acara Bahtera Mulur ini akan dilanjutkan dengan program Harmoni Nusantara. Harmoni Nusantara yang akan diasuh oleh Mbak Selerina Palupi. Harmoni Nusantara ini nanti akan bicara mengenai apa? Bagian Nusantara yang mana yang akan dibicarakan? Apakah dari Sumatera atau dari Jawa atau Kalimantan atau Maluku atau Papua. Nah, kita tunggu saja nanti Mbak Selerina Palubi. Oh ya, sebelum saya lupa, jadi minggu depan ini tadi sudah saya katakan dari Mas Finfam, Mas Aswin yang akan bicara tentang burung onta. Nah, berikutnya nanti akan lebih menarik lagi karena kita akan bicara tentang seni ke Pais. Seni Pais itu ke seni Pais manten. Ya, ini wedding makes up ini. Ya, ini the next 2 weeks. Ini nanti kita akan hadirkan tamu kita seorang ahli ke Pais yang akan berbicara tentang seni Pais terutama di Jawa dan terutama juga nanti tentang mantra-mantra dalam seni Pais itu apa saja. Nah, kemudian juga berikutnya nanti di minggu ketiga tamu saya ini insya Allah ini nanti seorang produser naskah sandiwara. Produser naskah sandiwara. Ini nanti yang mengenalkan saya adalah Mas Jalitu. Oke, mungkin kita harus ucapkan goodbye pada seluruh pendengar saya. Halo, selamat malam.
Malam.
Terima kasih Pak Mantep.
Matur nuwun.